I'm Tony Niles, and this is V Wrestling. We got Scar here making his way to the ring. Oh, Texas Chainsaw from behind. They're brawling out in the parking lot. They're scheduled to be up first. They need to get in the ring. Oh, Texas Chainsaw just threw Scar's head right through that car's window. Glass everywhere. Glass in his forehead. I don't know if we're even going to have a match here in a minute. Scar looks like he's down for the count. Who's this pulling up? We have a limo here. Oh, it's Michael Parker, ladies and gentlemen. He is in the building. Here, obviously, to oversee his product. He spent a lot of coin on this. First up, we have Scar versus Texas Chainsaw in a brutal grudge match. They faced each other a year ago, and Texas Chainsaw came out the victor. This is a hardcore match. Anything can go, but you must get your pinfall in the center ring. Texas Chainsaw versus Scar coming up next. And we're off. This is a hardcore match. Falls have to be inside the ring. But other than that, they can go outside. There's no 10 count. They can go anywhere, use whatever they can find in the arena. And I'm pretty sure they plan on doing that. Texas Chainsaw bring up Scar, body slam. Scar, nice reversal. They'll lock up. Texas Chainsaw giving it to Scar. Do right hands. Ooh, a vicious suplex by Scar. Flying elbow. Seeing these two paired up, you see quite a difference in their size. Texas Chainsaw is quite larger than Scar. Scar looks to be about half the size of Texas Chainsaw, but I wouldn't count him out. He's one of the vicious competitors in V Wrestling. He did lose last year to Texas Chainsaw in a vicious hardcore match. It went all over the arena. It ended with Scar being hospitalized for 5 weeks, and he ended up even having a heart attack during recovery. Texas Chainsaw never formally apologized, and that pretty much ticked off Scar to the point where they're here today. Texas Chainsaw almost killed him. We don't know if it was on purpose, on accident. Oh! Into the corner. German suplex. Pick up. Oh man. What a nice move on Texas Chainsaw. Lift him into the corner. Oh, he's over the ropes. Texas Chainsaw brings him right back in. Throws him right over with an elbow. These two are some of the most hardcore wrestlers in the industry. I think that's why Michael Parker put him up front. This match is highly anticipated. We're just going to have an opener, a very big match, very powerful match, in-your-face hardcore match. And so far it's delivering. Scar's got him up, drops him down, suplex on the back. Looks like Scar's had the advantage thus far, really giving it to Texas Chainsaw. Both of these guys are highly durable, very strong, tough competitors. Not scared to take a hit to the head. Scar continuing to control the match. Look, oh! For a second it looked like Texas Chainsaw was going to go for his scary music finisher there. Switched it up at the last minute. I don't know if that was a reversal by Scar and made him switch into it. But it definitely looked like it was painful nonetheless. Scar continues to control this match. Swinging neck breaker. Texas Chainsaw's just taking all this punishment in. Texas Chainsaw's mostly known for his adrenaline. He'll take some beating and then all of a sudden he'll be beating the snot out of you out of nowhere. Just zerging right to your face. Pounding it in. I don't know where he gets the energy from. Here you go. This might be the turnaround. Oh, man. That's damn near 400 pounds right on your chest. Texas Chainsaw splashing his bottom right across Scar's chest where he had that horrible surgery. Oh, this is going outside. What's he going for? Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first V-Wrestling plunder. It is in the ring. It's a chair. Oh, Scar takes it. He's not going to let this happen again. Oh, man, plants it right between the eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, Scar's setting it up for something later. Might be now. Texas Chainsaw might throw him into it. Oh, snap suplex. I thought he was going to throw him into the chair. That chair's just sitting there, waiting to be used. Oh, Texas Chainsaw's going on the attack again. More plunder, more plunder. We've got a table. A table is in the ring. Oh man, he's going to do it to him again. Oh, he's using it as a weapon. Beating Scar with it. Scar's on the table. There's a chair, there's a table. Oh my god, this could happen all over again. 1 year ago, this happened. Texas Chainsaw damn near killed Scar. The Scar's not letting it happen. Slams him to the mat. That table. Oh, a little indecisive. The table, and Texas Chainsaw punches Scar in the face and the table goes flying. So we've got a table and a chair. Oh, no longer a chair. Texas Chainsaw just threw Scar right into it, knocked him out cold. He could cover him right now for the 1, 2, 3. Look, he's down. Nope, Scar's back up. Taunting Texas Chainsaw to come at him. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4 chair shots to the head in a row. How the fans are even cheering, holy crap. How did he stand? What is that? What does Scar have there? A pipe? Some kind of foreign object he got from the fans. It's a crutch. Scar grabbed a crutch and bashed Texas Chainsaw on the head with it. Texas Chainsaw grabbed a guitar. He has a guitar. Oh, Scar grabs a chair. This is weapon versus weapon. Guitar versus chair, and the guitar won. The fans love it. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, knee drop. Right on the face. Oh, scary music. Oh, right on the chair on the outside of the ring. That could be it. But he's got to get him inside the ring. He hit him with his most prominent move. But it was on the outside of the ring. Oh, an elbow to the face. Texas Chainsaw with the cover on top of a table. One. He did it. Texas Chainsaw has won. I'm just in disbelief. He did it again. He beat Scar again. He does have something to celebrate here, though. He did beat him fair and square, right in 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. Some vicious chair shots had something to do with it, that's to say the least. He whooped him. Whooped him right in the head, right between the eyes with a chair all over again. That was hard to watch. Now, if you're Scar, where do you go now? I'm just in disbelief. There's some highlights. This is Texas Chainsaw gets Scar on the table. Looks like he's going to do some flying chair action all over again. Scar stops him. Plants that table right between the eyes. Later on it got a little bit crazy on the outside. Here's the chair shots that really changed the whole course of this match. Texas Chainsaw just beating his head in until there's scary music on top of the chair. And he brings him in the ring for the 1, 2, 3 right on the table. Next up we got Timmy Price versus Rated R. This is a simple case of rich and spoiled versus a hard-nosed worker, a ring veteran, someone that's been around the business for a very long time, and he takes a little bit of an insult to Timmy Price in his ways of just trying to buy his way to a championship belt. And we're off there. Oh, punched each other in the face. Oh, again, 2 punches in a row connecting each other in the face before Timmy Price throws him right over his shoulder and kicks him in the knee. That was a low knee. Another low knee. A few punches to the face and gut. It's like Timmy Price is taking control of this one early. Tying him up in the corner. Holy crap, that looked painful. That's not gonna feel good tomorrow morning in the lower back region. Oh, he's working the back, giving a little rake to the back. Atomic drop. He's really working that back. I don't think excuse me, Rated R is gonna get up in the morning. Kick to whips him into the corner. Oh, he punched him right in that eye patch. Really gave it to him. Oh man, he's been working him from one corner to the next. Oh, he punched him right in the diddle. Rated R with an upside down uppercut. That's rare, haven't seen that before. Rated R is taking the punishment. Oh my god. Timmy Price there waving 3 fingers at Rated R. I don't know what that's about. Oh, kick to the face. Playing some right dead center ring, right on the star. Oh, Rated R finally with some offense. The Bulldogs him back. The fans don't look happy. Oh, that was a nice slam. Let's look at that again. Listen to this, folks. Timmy Price has got him tied up in the ropes. Oh, come on, ref, that's illegal. Can only do that for 5 seconds, but he's using it to the max, that's for sure. It's raking that back a bunch. I don't know how effective it is with Rated R's attire. Rated R comes to the ring in his traditional pirate wear. He's a legitimate 4th generation pirate. His parents and grandpappies and beyond have all been pirates, and he's been raised up in the pirate ways before becoming a professional wrestler. Oh, Timmy Price throws Rated R on the outside. He's following him through. They're both on the outside, throwing haymakers, none connecting. Oh, Timmy Price again working his back. Oh, Rated R gets right back up. He's one tough cookie. Oh, dear God, he just planted his forehead through the wood flooring. Well, they better get back in the ring. They're screwing around. This is not a hardcore match. This is definitely a match in which you can get a count out. They're already at 6. Rated R ducks the clothesline, but he could not avoid the headbutt. They're on a 7 count. They better be careful. Oh, Timmy sets him up for the decline. He hit him with it. Oh, it looks like his head hit the steel rope. Timmy Price picks him back up, and he's hit him with the decline again. Holy crap. One more time for the good old guys, huh? He's gonna kill him. Timmy Price has laid out Rated R with the decline 3 times. And he's got him counted out. Timmy Price was perched up on the top rope. It looks like he was about to dive off and seriously injure Rated R, but the match stopped. Timmy Price, it looks like he's won by countout after performing his finisher 3 times in a row on the outside wooded floors. And I don't know how much of a victory that is, besides the fact that he looks like he was really just trying to hurt Rated R or end his career more so than try to pin him in the ring. It shows a bit more disrespect than we would think we'd ever be able to get out of Timmy Price. He is arrogant, young, and disrespectful, but I didn't know that he'd take it to this level. Here's the highlights. Him hitting the decline 3 times in a row before Rated R is knocked unconscious. You got to give it to him. It looks like Rated R was kind of getting back up each time. Timmy Price just kept slamming him back down with it, picking him up and slamming him with the decline. It really looked like Timmy Price was winded too. But there you have it, Timmy Price the victory over Rated R. Next up we have All-Star versus Silver Bullet. And don't forget to see us this Tuesday for Tuesday Night Turbo, where Pretty Ricky will headline All-Star in the main event. And later this evening we'll have our grand finale match, Big Boss Boy #2 in the world versus Jack Bunyan #1 in the world. Back to the action. All-Star is a highly scouted high school athlete that looked that he was going to be going pro one day in either baseball, football, or basketball. He was pretty much a champion of all 3 sports and was highly scouted before having a horrible ACL injury that really changed the history of the course of history with his life, and has turned him to professional wrestling for whatever the cause. And then you have Silver Bullet, who's on the other end of it, that's been a professional for many. Whoa! Wait a minute. We have Pretty Ricky coming down the ringside. This isn't part of the program. Meanwhile, Silver Bullet, is he coming over? Oh, thank God. I thought he was going to come over here and start talking to me. Anyways, back to the act. Silver Bullet with a... excuse me. About puked, thinking that Pretty Ricky was going to come over here and have something to do with the announcing table. He's mouthing something to All-Star, pointing. He looks very upset. He's smashing his fists and pointing to All-Star as if they do have a match coming up this Tuesday, just 3 days away. Pretty Ricky looks like he's not very happy with All-Star at all. They have had some choice words already, back and forth. The trash talk has been strong within these two. But the action continues inside as Pretty Ricky's on the outside. Looks like he's pacing, pretty upset with All-Star, voicing his opinion. All-Star looks kind of distracted as Silver Bullet's really taking it to him. As I was saying before Pretty Ricky came out here and made his statement, that Silver Bullet, he's a young professional. He's been a professional, I think, since he was 15 years old. He's an international superstar. Oh my God, look at that spinning heel kick. Silver Bullet's a high flyer. He's very experienced. He can fly all over the ring. He's good in submissions. Oh, look at that. Look at that. All-Star, on the other hand, he's pretty big. He's 6'5". I don't quite know what he books in at weight. I can't find it here in my paperwork. He's well over 250 pounds, I know that much. Whereas Silver Bullet, I don't even know if he's 200 pounds. He looks like a little... Oh, backflip! Looks like we got a cover on the center star. Silver Bullet got him already. All-Star's a rookie. And when it comes to a rookie versus a professional since 15 years old, Silver Bullet just had the upper hand from the beginning. It didn't help that Pretty Ricky came down here and distracted All-Star mid-match, causing him to lose his concentration and have Silver Bullet just really take it to him. All-Star really never got it going. Well, welcome to V Wrestling, All-Star. You're a rookie this year, but you'll grow. We'll see you again. Silver Bullet, here's the highlights. Pretty Ricky comes down to the ringside, distracting All-Star, while Silver Bullet just spinning heel kicks the crap out of All-Star. All-Star tries to get it going with some belly-to-belly suplex action, but it never really takes. Silver Bullet just whipping all around his unorthodox style, I think, just really threw All-Star off, where All-Star came out here wanting to fling some punches, and it just didn't take when Silver Bullet's so agile, can jump around the ring, and just an easy win for Silver Bullet. Don't forget to watch us Tuesday Night Turbo. We'll have Pretty Ricky versus All-Star. And now we got Daddy D versus Pretty Ricky, and they're making their way to ringside. Oh, what's this? All Stars came out right behind Daddy D and Pretty Ricky. All Star looks like he's having a chat with Pretty Ricky about him coming out to his match and distracting him just a few moments ago. I don't know, we're going to have a impromptu fight right here, right in front of Daddy D. No, it looks like they're going to wait till October 1st. Just a few days away. But back to the action. Let's get on with this match. Let's ignore what's coming in the future and let's get here now for what this action lies right here in the ring with Pretty Ricky taking it to Daddy D. He's already over the ropes, outside on the floor, and the match just begun. Remember, watch out, we'll see a count out like earlier with Pretty Ricky and with Timmy Price and Rated R earlier getting the count out on Rated R, making Timmy Price the victor. Let's keep this in the ring, folks. No more countouts. We want to see a true winner. No disrespect knocking somebody out and running back into the ring at the last second. Daddy D is a two-time arm wrestling champion. He is one strong mofo, if you catch my drift. Whereas Pretty Ricky is a pretty boy. Some say he's the next megastar. He kind of walks the walk, talks the talk, but does he fight the fight? And that's where Daddy D doesn't really think that he's all cracked up to what everyone thinks he is. And Daddy D's here to prove everyone that Pretty Ricky is soft like he says. He actually dared Pretty Ricky to get into the ring with him. He didn't think he'd show up. And here's Pretty Ricky right now giving him an armbar rope break. You can tell that Daddy D's grabbing the ropes in frustration. Pretty Ricky is a ring technician. He's a shoot wrestling prodigy. He knows this ring inside and out. Maneuvers you might not know exist. Oh, Daddy D, look, he's showing off knowing some of his ring mechanics as well. Daddy D is a pure powerhouse. And look, he's rocking Pretty Ricky with the left and right hands, knocking him out of the ring. It looks like he's dazed. Pretty Ricky gets back in, and Daddy D takes him right down with a German suplex. You can notice the size difference between these two. Daddy D looks like he's got twice the amount of muscle that Pretty Ricky has. And it's shown thus far that Daddy D has kind of tossed Pretty Ricky around this ring. Slams him down. Pretty Ricky got his nickname starting out in the business. Everybody called him Pretty Boy. And his name's Ricky, and everybody just called him Pretty Ricky, and that's what he went by. And it's stuck, it's taken. He's gone very far in this business. But Daddy D is here to put a stop to it. He thinks he should be the one in the limelight. He's the one that should be getting the good contracts, the good money, not Pretty Ricky. Nice snap near suplex by Daddy D. Looks like Daddy D is really... Look, Daddy D is putting his own submission moves on Pretty Ricky. Showing him that he's a ring mechanic, that he can do the submissions. I'm going back and forth here in the ring. Pretty Ricky slamming him down. Punch to the back of the head. That's gonna hurt both competitors. The fist and the head. Oh, a nice suplex by Daddy D. Oh man, look at those punches. You can hear those from here. Let's take a look at this again. Bam! And then the punching onslaught. Listen to that. Oh, that's a good instant replay. Daddy D's also trying to do some submissions here where Pretty Ricky just isn't having it. He's some call him a reversal god. That he's just, you can't put nothing on him, and he puts everything on you. But so far I haven't really seen so much of it. Daddy D's really been laying it on him. taking total control of this match. Oh, he tried to do a missile drop kick. Oh, look at that! Hurricane off the top rope out of nowhere. Pretty Ricky looks like he just jumped out of desperation and turned it into something. I don't know, Pretty Ricky looks kind of winded. Look, oh! You can hear Daddy D screaming out that I'll break your knees. And that's a reference to something that Pretty Ricky said just last week, saying that he was gonna enter this match and break both of Daddy D's knees. I don't know what. Oh, tornado DDT off the middle rope. I don't know where that stemmed from, because Daddy D is an arm wrestling champion, and all of a sudden Pretty Ricky's talking about breaking his knees. But oh, look at this. Nice athletic slam there, and Daddy D is it's a slam fest back and forth. Let's take a look at that. He's just not having it. Anytime Pretty Ricky does something, Daddy D's there to counter it. But I think the breaking of the knees reference went to, oh, here it is! Oh! That Pretty Ricky's finisher maneuver is the perfect figure four. And look, he looks like he's wearing down the knees pretty strong there. And now that I come to think about it, he's been working on the knees a little bit this whole match. He is setting out to break Daddy D's knees. Here you can see in the replay, just Daddy D screaming out in pain. When Daddy D got up, it looked like he limped a little bit too. Oh, that raw power that Daddy D's been talking about. That is just a pure powerhouse. That there's just no way that Pretty Ricky's going to be able to do anything about it. Oh my goodness! Let's take a look at that again. Talking about that powerhouse mentality. Here it is. Oh, listen to that thud. Look at that elevation after the slam. Pretty Ricky's face looks like it's starting to swell. Those big daddy right hooks don't look like they're fitting too well with Pretty Ricky's face. This is not going to be so pretty after this match. Oh, a pile driver. The way he did that looked like he was trying to end a career there. Or make him shorter. Oh, Daddy D's such a powerhouse, such strength, busting out of submission moves that Pretty Ricky has never even had busted out. He's so used to just everyone tapping out to any move he does, where he's never really been in the ring with such a strong athlete before. Oh, he can barely lift up Daddy D. I think he's in pain. The flow of this match looks like it's changing a bit. Pretty Ricky's got the advantage all of a sudden. Daddy D looks like he's winded. Pretty Ricky now giving him some punch. Look, he's holding his knee. Daddy D's holding his knees. Something from earlier has really hurt Daddy D's knees, it looks like. Oh, Daddy D was going for his finisher there, the Slam Factory, and it looks like Pretty Ricky reversed it at the last minute. Oh man, if he would have hit him with that Slam Factory, I don't think he would have got up. Oh look, Daddy D showing how agile he is by ducking out of the way. So here we go. Oh man, he's mimicking Pretty Ricky from earlier with that athletic slam. Oh man, a kick right to the face. I don't think anyone expected that. Uh oh. Could it be? Oh, no, he's still wearing down that knee, just like earlier. This is what hurt Daddy D earlier in the match. He's continuing to work the legs. Oh, we saw this earlier. Another big pile driver. Daddy D gets back up. I don't know how. That raw power giving it right back to Pretty Ricky's face. Pretty Ricky looks like he has a black eye. Oh, look at that. Gets tired of the tie-up and just slams him to the mat. Oh, big atomic drop from Pretty Ricky to Daddy D. Just continuing the onslaught. two big competitors in V-Wrestling going toe-to-toe here in the ring. There we go, some more back and forth. Oh, another athletic slam by Pretty Ricky. Let's take a look at that again. He's really taking it to him. Oh, and Daddy D's not taking no crap from nobody. German suplex, throwing them into the corner. Just back and forth. Anybody could win this. We have yet to... Oh, a missed super punch by Pretty Ricky. Maybe Daddy D can capitalize. No, Pretty Ricky takes him to the corner. Oh, a vicious top rope bulldog. Daddy D, hard felt to get up after that one. Looks like he staggered. Oh, still got enough strength to slam him and try to submit him, but Pretty Ricky, pretty knowledgeable of his whereabouts, was able to get over to the rope for a rope break. Pretty Ricky showing his true strength as well. And also his speed and agility, able to hop over Daddy D and show him his speed. Oh, still working that knee. Still trying to set up for his finisher, the perfect figure four. So far, he has not been able to get it on. Daddy D has been successful at defending off some of Pretty Ricky's more prominent finishing moves, but at the same point, he's still been able to get his knees a bit injured. You can tell. Oh, a nice fisherman suplex by Daddy D on Pretty Ricky. Oh, this strength is really starting to wear down on Pretty Ricky. He's not as strong as Daddy D, and you can tell that he's not as durable, and his recovery is not what it needs to maybe be for this match. This is a longer match, and it's really you both are gonna have to dig deep to be able to get the 1, 2, 3 on this one. Oh, a nice belly to belly by Daddy D. They're just going back and forth, but can't tell who's going to win. Such an even match throughout the whole match. Oh man, look at that. That raw power from Daddy D, time and time again. That's been the same old song and dance for this match. Again with the German suplex. Again with dodging Pretty Ricky's slower punches. He may be a shoot wrestling prodigy, a submission god, if you will, a next megastar, but he does not throw punches as fast and as hard as Daddy D, and that's been simply shown today with Daddy D being able to dodge a lot of them. Daddy D once again goes on the attack. He's finally not in the ring. He's in the middle of the ring, wasn't able to get to the ring ropes that time. He's finally showing off some of his submission abilities. It just didn't work. Pretty Ricky got out of it and then set him up for I think that's the third pile driver that Daddy D's had on his head so far tonight. Once again he tries that full Nelson submission, but Daddy G just isn't having it. He busts right out of it almost immediately. I think that's been part of Pretty Ricky's attack, but it hasn't worked at all. 5 seconds and the ref tells him to break. Can't be using the ring ropes too often. You can't pin him up in the corner there, Daddy D. He's on the ropes, and it's just simply not part of the rules there, buddy. I'm Tony Niles. This is V-Wrestling, and we're in the middle of a classic match between Pretty Ricky and Daddy D. Oh, look at that! Right in the chest, knocking the wind out of Daddy D. He's down. You can really take advantage of him while he's down. Oh. It didn't last for long. You got to take those opportunities while they're there, or they'll fly right by you as Daddy D gets right up and slams him down with a vicious clothesline and a stomping on his arm, taking full advantage. Nope, Daddy D made a mistake, and Pretty Ricky capitalized on it that time. Got him in the corner. Oh, he takes out his knee. How do you like that? How do you like your knee being jammed up? Daddy D, oh! He went for the Slam Factory again, and Pretty Ricky reversed it, and oh, it looked like Daddy D tried to reverse his atomic drop, and Pretty Ricky morphed it into a pancake. He's beating him up in the corner. That really looked like it changed the course of this match a little bit. That was a big move. Oh my goodness, look at those right hands. All you did is piss off Daddy D. Let's take a look at that again. That's just vicious. Those right hands are brutal. Look at that. Listen to it. Just listen to those fists. Just brutal. Back to the action. Daddy D. Oh, he got him. 1, 2. Oh, kick out. Slam Factory. He actually got it. 2 attempts, and he finally got it. Pretty Ricky kicked out of it. Pretty Ricky kicks out of the Slam Factory. Oh, he hits him with the... Oh, man, that looks like Daddy D's down. It's an athletic slam. Uh-oh. He's going to work that knee again. This is the 3rd or 4th time we've seen him working the knee, folks. This is just brutal. Oh, there it is! The perfect figure 4! Oh, Daddy D's strong, but I don't know if he's strong enough to not tap. Oh, Pretty Ricky took it off just to put it right back on again. Just to put it on again. Can Daddy D get out of it? Can he turn it over? No. Oh, he tapped. Daddy D tapped on the perfect figure 4 that Pretty Ricky just laid out. That was one heck of a match, folks. Back and forth, all the way through. Slam here, submission there. That was one of the best matches you're going to see, folks. It doesn't get any better than that. Pretty Ricky pretty much putting Daddy D into a lot of submission holds. Daddy D being able to muscle out of him, but he wasn't able to muscle out of those last few. Pretty Ricky taunting Daddy D a little bit, as if to tell him, I am going to hurt you. He took off his perfect figure 4 just to slap it on right again to make him tap out. It looks like he put more force on the second one. Let's look at it. Oh, man. He has it locked on the first time. It looks like it's a little bit nonchalant. He takes it off. I don't know exactly why, more so just to show him how much it hurts when he puts it on the second time. And it was just too much for Daddy D to handle. And that's it, folks. Pretty Ricky over Daddy D, and a great match. Next up, we got Hollywood versus CP. Hollywood's a flamboyant, rich guy, kind of like Timmy Price, and that's maybe why Hollywood was adequate in recruiting Timmy Price to V Wrestling. But they definitely do have their different styles, and they are totally different in the ring, whereas Hollywood has been around the business a little bit longer than Timmy Price. Hollywood is way more successful. This isn't his first go-around. Hollywood's one of the more famous wrestlers in the industry. This guy's even been on a box of cereal, whereas CP, not too much is known about this young athlete. He looks very fast in the ring. But other than that, we don't know too much. He is a rookie. And I guess we'll showcase him tonight here and see what he's got. If he can pull off an upset over Hollywood tonight, we definitely know more about him, as Hollywood is a top 5 ranked wrestler in the world. Going a full Nelson there. CP able to break out of it. Oh, CP with a nice Russian leg sweep. And kick to the gut. Oh, Hollywood reverses and flips him on over. Hollywood's been very successful in his wrestling career. He's here in the big leagues just trying to extend his career. He's not that old, but he's had a lot of success early. And he's a bit cocky bringing his shades to the ring, wearing them inside the ring. That's one thing to note, is that he could suffer an injury. CP could pop him in the eye and all of a sudden some busted glass in your eyeball. That could definitely hurt someone. Hollywood doing a knee choke submission and pops him in the nose. Nothing hurts more than one of those hammer fists. CP right near the ropes, giving a really nice arm bar. I don't know if that was a rope break or if Hollywood got out of it, but it didn't last too long. Oh man, some haymakers from Hollywood. 3 of them connecting, 1 missing. Back and forth with the punches. Oh, CP looks like he's getting the advantage here. He's doing a number on Hollywood. Look, we might a tornado DDT off the mid-rope. We just might have an upset here, folks. CP looks like a strong athlete. He's very fast. He looks like he knows what he's doing more so than one of the other rookies we've seen tonight, All-Star. Oh, nice move. A little gut check to Hollywood. Oh my goodness, look at that pancake on the center ring, right on the star. Oh, atomic drop. Hollywood is wrenching in pain. Hollywood says enough of this. This is alternate ending. Oh man, he said enough of CP. He just put enough to his shenanigans. Hit him with the alternate ending. Pinned him dragged him to the middle of the ring. Pinned him in the center of the ring. 1, 2, 3. It's over, folks. Now we're wrestling around and mid tie-up, Hollywood can hit that alternate ending finisher from anywhere. CP did a good try, but really Hollywood's such an athlete that he just dominated him right near at the end. Out of nowhere. It's a finisher unlike others where you could just hit it out of nowhere. Let's look at the highlights here. CP really giving it to Hollywood with that pancake. Some snap mirror from Hollywood. Look at this armbar. We were talking about this armbar here. It looked like he might have had him. Looked like maybe he was about to tap out. But it just didn't happen because here's the tie-up. And the alternate ending from Hollywood. 1, 2, 3. Your winner, Hollywood, over CP. And now we got Little Devil versus Josh Davis here at the Clash of the Warriors. Don't forget to watch us in 3 days every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Tuesday Night Turbo. Pre-Ricky versus All-Star this Tuesday. We got the world's smallest athlete here, ladies and gentlemen. He's wrestling's littlest big man, Little Devil, versus Josh Davis, a newcomer to wrestling. He's known as one of the better backyard wrestlers today, but that's not saying much. He stepped it up a bit, decided to come to the big leagues, was qualified to come to the big leagues, but yet he is a rookie. And so far, if you've learned anything from Clash of the Warriors, you'll notice that the rookies haven't done too good. So we'll see what happens. Just looking at the size difference here, Little Devil, he is pretty little. I don't think I've seen someone in the ring quite as small as him before. Oh, look at that. Corkscrew moonsault off the top rope there. Josh Davis trying to show us that he can also not only be a high flyer, but also hang with the submissions. Little Devil is a speed wrestler. Josh Davis is a high fly wrestler. And, oh, look at that flying kick by Little Devil. Right in the face. Josh Davis is strong and powerful. He's also our youngest athlete on the circuit. "19 years old. He punches like a Mack truck. Or at least a Little Devil. He's so small. He's really got it going on though. He's taking it to Josh so far. I think this would be an upset if Josh Davis can pin Little Devil in the ring. Little Devil's an experienced veteran of the ring. He's been around the business for a long time. Oh, look at that. He's got him in a pin. One. Kick out. I thought he might have had him. Josh Davis comes with his own unique style coming from backyard wrestling. He usually is used to wrestling with a toaster in hand or some kind of other foreign object. Let's see what he can do without a toaster. And Little Devil whips Josh Davis into the corner. And don't forget, coming up, our grand finale match, Big Boss Boy versus Jack Bunyan, here coming up in just a few. Little Devil digging his heels into Josh Davis's chest there. He's got him knocked down pretty good. It looked like he could take advantage of it. All he got was a spinning heel kick out of it. A headlock. Oh, Josh Davis might have him here. No. Little Devil threw him into the ropes. What's Little Devil doing? Looks like he's just staring him down. He's not taking much advantage of this on the ropes opportunity. He just sits there and gives him a blank stare like, are you kidding me? Little Devil's beat Josh Davis up pretty good. Oh! Pitchfork! He's right next to the ropes! He tapped out! He was right next to the ropes, he could have just grabbed it. That really shows you the inexperience here. Little Devil with the victory with his submission hold with Pitchfork. As soon as Little Devil got his Pitchfork, it was a wrap. Josh Davis right next to the rope. Rookie mistake. He could have very easily reached up, grabbed the ropes, and still been in this match. I don't even know if he understands that yet, but after he sees the tape, he'll see the rookie mistake he made here at the Clash. Little Devil, our victor, he earns it with the Pitchfork. Some highlights. Here's that backflip moonsault off the top rope. You know, this is Little Devil running up a wall, the wall being Josh Davis, and then followed up with a spinning heel kick that connected and was heard throughout the building. Here's where he threw him into the ropes. Didn't do much there after that. Besides, put on the Pitchfork, and Josh Davis making a very, very big mistake at the Clash, and it cost him the victory. And we're now to the point of the program where it's Captain USA versus Master Key here at the Clash of the Warriors. And coming up right after this, we got Big Boss Boy versus Jack Bunyan, number 2 in the world versus number 1, the grand finale, pay-per-view main event, grand finale match up next. Here we have Captain USA. He started his career out wrestling at birthday parties. He's traveled a lot of Europe, done a lot of wrestling over there, and he's back over here. He's always supporting he's an ex-military man, always supporting the United States flag. And before the show started today, he was out here ramping up the crowd, screaming USA, USA, and getting a really good reaction from the kids. These two have been feuding lately over some politics, and you know how politics and religion don't go good at the workplace, and it's turned into a pay-per-view match here on V Wrestling. Master Key is well skilled in karate and jiu-jitsu, and he brings his own unique style between mixed martial arts and wrestling. Both of them experienced wrestlers. You can see the big size difference. Captain USA is one of the bigger men on the roster, weighing in close to 400 pounds, if not more. There's Master Key, looks like he might make a little over 200. The height advantage is quite different too. Captain USA is just towering over Master Key, but Master Key looks like he's taking control of this match, whipping Captain USA into the corner, giving him some chops. The fans giving a good reaction to those chops. Missile drop kick into the corner, followed by some flying heels. Captain USA with a comeback headbutt. Captain USA wearing that mask. He's worn that mask his whole career. Oh man, he's a power wrestler. He had some powerful punches there. Looked like 5 in a row. It really rocked Master Key. You can see him dazed. So whips Key into the corner, gives him a good boot. He's trying some funky business in the corner. No, he just looks like he was setting up for something. Master Key, being so agile, gets out of it quickly. We've had a lot of good action here tonight, and the action continues. Wow, look at that foot to the face. Master Key really laying it on Captain USA there. Oh, he just picked up Captain USA. Oh, you don't want to get into a fist fight with Captain USA. You'll lose real quick, Key. Atomic drop followed by a knee to the face. 2 knees. He's going for a third one. Third one connecting the lower back region. Key whips USA over his back. This is more of a USA versus the rest of the world battle here. The pride of the country at stake. Captain USA has been calling Master Key a terrorist lately. I don't want to get into details how this came about. Oh, look at that little abdominal stretch there. He's really trying to stretch out Captain USA. Maybe Captain USA didn't stretch enough before the event here, and he's trying to get him to pull one of those stomach muscles, and be in a lot of pain if he's able to pull one of those muscles. The power that USA has here is just really showing as he's just powering out of a lot of... Oh, Master Key picks up Captain USA again for a second time. Oh, he's got a submission move locked on in the center ring. Master Key is pretty unique with his submission holds. He has some ones that you typically don't see over here in the United States. He's brought over a lot of that international flavor to the ring here in B Wrestling. Flying karate kick by Master Key and a few chops to the neck. Got Captain USA rocking, whips him into the corner. Some more chops from Master Key. Oh, what is this? Just as we were discussing some funky submission moves, he has him tied up in the ropes in some kind of funky hold. It looked like it caught Captain USA off guard. Looked like it did some damage. Captain USA is really frustrated, slamming Master Key's head on the mat repeatedly. Stomping on his hand. Showing frustration, kneeing him in the back of the head. Getting a bit aggressive. Oh, what's this? Master Key has the ancient Loch Ness. Hold on. Captain no, he taps out. It looked like he was wiggling out of it. But Master Key locks on that ancient Loch Ness hold out of nowhere. And Captain USA can do nothing but tap out. And the fans are booing. They're not happy. Captain USA, a fan favorite here, getting beat by Master Key, Hong Kong native. He got him with it. And Captain USA did nothing but tap. He tapped rather quickly too. It looked like he might have wiggled out of it, but he couldn't overcome the hold. I don't think he's ever been put in anything like that before. I don't even know if he knew how to get out of it, or if anyone knows how to get out of it. But it really looked like Captain USA had him there for a second, where he rocked him with a few of them right hooks and then belly-to-belly suplex. But it didn't take long for Master Key to wear down with some of these unique submissions and quick, agile jumps, flips, and karate kicks. The fans still upset at seeing Captain USA lose. Master Key had some of those flying kicks and some crazy submission holds that really put him over the top for this victory tonight. See if we can get to the film here of this crazy submission hold. I don't know what he calls it, but right here he uses the ring ropes and I don't think Captain USA even knew I hit him with that. Even worse here is his finisher, the ancient Loch Ness hold. He had nothing to do but to tap out, dead center, on the star, nowhere near the ropes, couldn't get out of it. Master Key, your winner. And we're here, finally, for the grand finale, Big Boss Boy versus Jack Bunyan. Don't forget to check us out Tuesday Night Turbo, every Tuesday. We're here, Big Boss Boy versus Jack Bunyan. The main event for a pay-per-view, which we like to call a grand finale match. And the show begins with Big Boss Boy taking it to Jack Bunyan's back immediately, knowing that Jack Bunyan has a bad back. It shouldn't faze him too much, though. He's been well prepped for this match. Both of these monsters in the ring. Jack Bunyan, 7 foot plus. Big Boss Boy, very, very strong, very powerful. Ranked number 2 in the world. Jack Bunyan ranked number 1 in the world. Here in the grand finale match. Taking turns picking one another, throwing them into the corners. Jack Bunyan with a big power slam on Big Boss Boy. Strength test. Oh, Big Boss Boy turned it into a sleeper that Jack Bunyan got out of almost immediately. Jack Bunyan taking him 2 hands and slamming him down to the mat, acting like he's nothing. Taking turns on sleeper submission holds. Big Boss Boy unleashing some punch combinations. Oh dear, he picked up Jack Bunyan and tied him up in the corner. Oh, he looked like he was gonna punch him where the sun don't shine. Instead, he ends up punching him in the back of the head. Oh, he pulled him by the hair into a nice backbreaker. He's working Jack Bunyan's back. Oh, look, Big Boss Boy tosses the 7 foot giant like he's nothing. Big Boss Boy with some nice punch combinations there. Big Boss Boy with a DDT. Oh, look at those punches. Vicious punches by Big Boss Boy. Jack Bunyan's a recovery wrestler. He endures a lot of pain and can keep coming back. He can go very long. His endurance is not like other wrestlers. He can take a beating unlike you've never seen. Whereas Big Boss Boy on the hand is strong. Oh, look, talking about his strength. Nice pickup and body slam. He picked up the giant and body slammed him down like he was nothing. Oh, and gave him a good 6 or 7 punches to the cranium, followed by a boot to the mouth. Big Boss Boy with a kick to the groin. He's pulling out everything here. Look, he picked him up again already for another body slam. He's tossing him around like he's nothing at this point. He's proving a point. Look at this sidewalk slam. Let's take another look at this body slam here by Big Boss Boy. And this sidewalk slam as well. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Back to the action. Punch combinations by Big Boss Boy. That seems to be the same story. He picked him up and quick slammed him down. Flying foot to the knee. Wearing the giant down. Tossing him in the corner like he's nothing. This machine of a man, the strength and power those punches have to wear on even a durable and recovery wrestler like Jack Bunyan. Legend has it, he's a relative of Tall Tale himself, Paul Bunyan. And Big Boss Boy is no Tall Tale. He's the real deal, and he's throwing Jack Bunyan on the outside of the ring with a big old boot. They better be careful out there. We've seen a count out earlier tonight. We would hate to see a grand finale match end in a count out. Big Boss Boy with a giant headbutt on the outside of the ring. Jack Bunyan throwing him into the... Oh, he said headbutt me, I'll headbutt you. Threw him into the guardrail. Threw him into the stairs. He tripped over the bottom stair. Hit his head on the wooden floor. Jack Bunyan's back in the ring. Oh, good. For a second, I thought Big Boss Boy was knocked out. We don't want a 10 count. We want a clear, undisputed, #1 Whoa! A pickup. He's choking him out and slams him down. We've seen that a few times with Jack Bunyan so far. Look, Jack Bunyan's trying to prove a point here with his rights and lefts that he's also just as powerful. Big Boss Boy whipping Jack Bunyan into the corner. Kick combinations. Choking him out with a knee. Looks like it's very effective. Jack Bunyan looks like he's aching a little bit as he gets a backbreaker to that bad back. Another power slam by Big Boss Boy. That's the third body slam tonight. That's really got to hurt the back of Jack Bunyan. The fans getting into this one following Jack Bunyan's rights and lefts. A huge 7-foot slam by Jack Bunyan. Suplexed him right on his neck. Big Boss Boy working the lower knee. But, oh, Big Boss Boy was going for another backbreaker, but Jack Bunyan reverses it into a giant 7-foot leg drop. I couldn't imagine getting a back elbow from Jack Bunyan. It was like a tree trunk. Big Boss Boy showing Jack Bunyan that he can suplex just as well. A big, powerful sidewalk slam. Oh, Big Boss Boy is calling for something here. Oh, he went for the B3 bomber and Jack Bunyan reverses it into a neck breaker. Let's take a look at that again. Big Boss Boy with a powerful suplex. Going for this sidewalk slam. And she's calling for the B3 bomber. He goes for it. But Jack Bunyan at the last second turns it into a life-saving back or a neck breaker at the last second. Ooh, a big suplex from Big Boss Boy. That back has got to be torn to shreds at this point. but he continues to fight on. I tell you, Jack Bunyan's just as powerful as Big Boss Boy, if not more, from the looks of this match. I don't know how Big Boss Boy's even still standing after this type of punishment. I just don't know if he's going to be able to last as long as Jack Bunyan. Jack Bunyan hasn't lost in years. That's why he's ranked #1 in the world. He's a deserved ranked #1. But Big Boss Boy is tossing him around and making him land on his back. It really makes you question who is the true #1 undisputed ranked V wrestler. We will know before the night's up, as Big Boss Boy with a vicious headbutt in the back of Jack Bunyan's cranium. Look, Big Boss Boy mocking Jack Bunyan from earlier, choking him out with a two-hand slam. He says, "I can do that," and just right back at you as he goes for, what is this, a 5th body slam? Let's take a look at that again. Listen to the stud, too. Listen to it. Oh, look at that elevation from the slam. A normal man, one of those from Big Boss Boy or Jack Bunyan, one of these slams would take a normal man out, whereas these guys are just going back and forth with it. This is the grand finale match at V Wrestling Clash of the Warriors. I am Tony Niles calling the action here as Big Boss Boy puts a vicious sleeper on Jack Bunyan as he reverses out of it. Fans getting into this action here with the rights and lefts and the rights and lefts and the uppercuts, the blocks, the reversals, the slams. This is action-packed grand finale. Folks, this might be the best match of the year. You might not see a better match. You might not see two individuals paired against each other again with such talent. Someone's career might be over after tonight. These guys are going the distance. This match is epic. A nice slam from Big Boss Boy, making Jack Bunyan land right on his head. I don't think Jack Bunyan landed oh! Big Boss Boy grabbing Jack Bunyan by the hair once again and falling into a backbreaker. Jack Bunyan continuing trying to put on the sleeper, trying to wear Big Boss Boy down. Control this match with his flow, not let Big Boss Boy control the tempo. Because it looks like Big Boss Boy is starting to take control of the tempo here of this match, but Jack Bunyan is stopping as much as he can. As he's flung into the outside of the ring, a nice left jab from Big Boss Boy sends Jack Bunyan onto the wooden floors. We're fighting here on the outside here for the second time. It looked like Jack Bunyan was looking for some plunder. He did a quick peek to see if he could grab a chair or something like that. I don't know if the ref was looking, but luckily Jack Bunyan didn't find anything. I would love to see oh, look! Big Boss Boy tossing Jack Bunyan like a ragdoll. I would love to see a clear, defined champion. Not a champion, but a clear, undisputed #1 contender for a championship tonight. As far as our World Championship belt's concerned, we won't have a champion until December's pay-per-view, the Tournament of Fists, where we will have a tournament with the top contenders in V Wrestling to determine who is our champion. But as of right now, this determines the #1 contender for any of that. And here we are back on the action, outside of the ring, on the floor. Jack Bunyan punching Big Boss Boy. It looked like he punched him right in the diddle and then threw him into the ring post. We're at a 5 count. They better get back in the ring. They both rush back in after they hear the 5 count. Neither one of them wanted to get hit on the wooden floor and get conked out and jeopardize what's at stake. Jack Bunyan going for an uppercut. Big Boss Boy stops it with a kick to the gut. All those right and left punches really rocked Jack Bunyan. Looked like he was about knocked out. Big Boss Boy goes for a body slam and cover. 1, 2. Uh-oh, I thought it was 3. I thought he had him with that 5th or 6th. I can't even keep count of how many body slams he's put on Jack Bunyan, but he almost had him with that one. As he once again pulls his hair into a backbreaker. And it looked like Jack Bunyan somehow reversed it into hurting Big Boss Boy. As Big Boss Boy continues the onslaught in the corner. Jack Bunyan reversing, throwing him into the other corner. A flying clothesline by a giant 7-foot leg drop. Look at this power from Jack Bunyan. Really rocking Big Boss Boy's jewels with that atomic drop. Huge suplex. Huge suplex. Look at this. 7 foot in the air suplex. Look at this. Listen to it. Look at the elevation after he slams. You do not want to feel that. Nice elbow from Jack Bunyan, the Big Boss Boy. Look at this wrestling skill from Jack Bunyan. He's not just some hick that throws some punches. He knows ring wrestling just as well as the next guy. He's a pretty good submission wrestler as well. His power and recovery. He's not the fastest guy in the ring. He's not the most agile. In fact, he's probably the slowest lump of turd in the ring, but he's one strong lump of turd. That lump of turd knock you out. If I say this, he's gonna watch the tape and he's gonna come find me, and if I don't show up for Tuesday Night Turbo and I come up missing, you probably know what happened to me. But let's just hope he doesn't watch the tape. Well, a test of strength here. Jack Bunyan won it. Oh, a gouge to the eyes followed with an uppercut that did not connect. Another test of strength here. Jack Bunyan wins it again. Followed into a huge 7-foot knee to the face. Followed by a lot of punches. Big Boss Boy's got him in the corner. I don't know if this is a 5-second count or not, but regardless, Jack Bunyan powers out of it. Big Boss Boy showing his wrestling skills off here with countering a lot more of Jack Bunyan's moves than he's been able to counter for him. Uh-oh. Big power slam by Big Boss Boy. Jack Bunyan's back should have given out long ago. Big Boss Boy should have ran out of energy and endurance long ago, as Big Boss Boy again 2-hand choke slams him down. Let's look at that power slam from Big Boss Boy again. Oh, the thud compared to this thud. Let's listen to this. Ouch. Raw power as Big Boss Boy reverses Jack Bunyan's suplex. And he gets a snap suplex on Jack Bunyan. Jack Bunyan going for that. He calls it a super clothesline. I like to call it a giant clothesline. When he does connect it, it knocks most men out. Just that one hit. That's a big lump of log across your neck, choking you out. Both wrestlers throwing a few haymakers, while Big Boss Boy is a running bulldog on Jack Bunyan, followed by 2 right fists to the face. Jack Bunyan choking him out a little bit, followed by a huge 7-foot suplex. Oh, into a cover. There's a rope break. Let's check that out again. Huge suplex into a cover. That was Jack Bunyan's first cover, and it was tied up in the ropes. He should have had a little bit better ring awareness He could have had Big Boss Boy there. We could have had this match over with. I'd like to remind you that Big Boss Boy has gone for the B3 bomber a few times now, and Jack Bunyan has reversed it both times easily. Where we have not seen an attempt on the hillbilly bear hug from Jack Bunyan yet. I really hope we do get to see it. I'm not trying to pick favorites here whatsoever, but I would love to see the hillbilly bear hug. It squishes most men's spines, and since Big Boss Boy is a big guy, I don't know if he'd be able to power out of it or what, but it's quite a move. I love watching it in person. Seeing most men just squeal in pain as their back and neck snap. Most people don't see a giant bear hugging a man until they break in half. As Jack Bunyan, a giant 7-foot suplex on Big Boss Boy yet again. Both these wrestlers, well known in the industry, well known for being the top dogs in the business, and we've put them together in a grand finale match to finally decide who is the better man. Virtual Wrestling Insider magazine depicted Jack Bunyan #1 because he hasn't lost in a few years, but Big Boss Boy has definitely deserved argument for first place as well with his accomplishments. As he power slams Jack Bunyan into the mat and punches him right outside the ring. We're outside the ring yet again, folks. Test of power on the outside with a 1 count as Jack Bunyan yet again wins on the power contest. Jack Bunyan thinking, oh, he looked like he was going to inflict some pain with a big boot, but he didn't get to it as Big Boss Boy ended up giving him the big boot, knocking him yet again to the ground, yet again to the wood surface, yet again taking in massive punishment as there's the giant clothesline I was talking about. And look at rock Big Boss Boy as he's not able to get up. Kicking Big Boss Boy while he's down. A huge backbreaker on Jack Bunyan from Big Boss Boy. Take a second look at it. Jack Bunyan has got Big Boss Boy up. Oh god. Big Boss Boy's down. He rocked him. Looks like Big Boss Boy's knocked out. Jack Bunyan, he's not taking advantage of it. He's not rolling him up for a cover. He's waking the dead. All he did was pick up. He's got the hillbilly bagger hug. There it is. He's got it on, locked on, center ring. This might be out. Nope. Jack Bunyan gets out of it as Big Boss Boy gets punched in the throat while Jack Bunyan quickly gets into a DDT. This is fast action, folks. Can't even keep up with it. As Big Boss Boy's got a huge power slam on Jack Bunyan. Let's take another look at that one. Hear the thud and the elevation. Oh, Big Boss Boy's calling for the B3 bomber. The fans love it. He's got it up. He got him. He hit him with it. He's got to cover him. Dead center on the star. He's got him. It's over. Big Boss Boy's the winner. He defeated Jack Bunyan dead center of the ring with the B3 bomber. He is now the undisputed #1 contender in B wrestling. Top wrestler in the world. We figured it out here tonight at Clash of the Warriors. This just might have been the match of the year, folks. If you saw this, you might have just seen wrestling history. You might be telling your grandkids one day, you saw that match. Here's some highlights. Here's Jack Bunyan, where I thought he won the match. He knocks Big Boss Boy out. It was almost obvious to me He fooled around with doing a few moves before putting on the Hillbilly Bear Hug, which he did have locked on. Big Boss Boy somehow, someway was strong enough to power out of it, do a power slam to Jack Bunyan one more time before putting on the B3 Bomber dead center and rolling up for the 1-2-3. No one expected it to end like that. Big Boss Boy busting out of the Hillbilly Bear Hug and claiming his victory over Jack Bunyan.